Hey, my name is Penward.
Kent Osborne.
Rebecca Sugar.
Simulates iPhone.
Adam Muto.
Jesse Moynihan.
Tom Herpich.
Penward.
Penward.
And this is Paper Pete.
Phone.
This is Paper Pete.
I think, right?
Yep, that's what it says up top there.
Paper Pete.
This is the last board I did with Somvalai. And actually, Adam,
I got tricked again.
this got changed a lot. I remember you boarded like almost the whole third act, I think.
Bits of it.
Is Adams?
No, I don't think so.
No, that's
Zombie.
You guys are such bad guessers. You're like wrong half the time.
What? Come on.
Dang, that's a diss.
Wow.
Half.
No, I think of some of these you haven't been right. I don't want to say anything.
Saying something now, aren't you?
Yeah, well, after the fact. This is all Somvalai.
I think when you see the ears going in that direction there, you know Somvi did it.
Yeah, those little like buds.
Yeah. Sharing an office with Sombi, he'd start playing music. And it would sound so good, and I'd try to secretly record him. I'd turn my camera on and like leave the room, and then I would come back and I would look at the video. And as soon as I'd leave the room, somebody would like look at my computer and notice the light was on, and look at his computer, but he'd still be playing music.
I don't make up adventures.
I always felt bad. I felt like I was crossing a line by recording, but it didn't seem like you.
Voyeur comedy.
Yeah, it seemed like you knew that I was doing it, so I didn't feel that bad.
It's in the tradition of the voyeur comedy.
I think Somvalai likes to change how he draws Finn the most from episode to episode. This is like as fat and round as Finn has ever been.
Oh yeah, and in that episode, the Worm King episode, he drew his ears really long, and then we made it justified in that episode because that's how you could tell it was a dream Finn. But I remember Somvalai saying to me, I'm drawing his ears really long.
Yeah, I saved one of those post-it notes because it's so crazy looking.
Hey, they just showed a shot of the library, and all the people in the library are turtles.
Yeah.
Who did that?
Well, I don't know. The designs were Andy. It just made sense that Turtle Princess would sort of be the librarian there.
Is this Turtle Princess's kingdom, the library?
I think she lives here. We've established that.
She's the librarian, yeah.
Right. But I just thought that was her job. I didn't know that this was like...
Paper Pete, voiced by Pete Brownguard. Voiced by Pete Brownguard.
Pete Brownguard.
Pete Brownguard.
Of Uncle Grandpa fame.
Bleat Brownbar. Growlgar.
Is our darkest hour, for the Moldos have been
Very stentorian delivery. He said he just went around saying Shakespeare over and over again to get into this.
Oh yeah,
voice.
before each line he goes, Shakespeare.
We named the character Paper Pete, and then I was like, let's get Pete. And then I called Pete, and he was like, I'll do it. That's the end of that story.
And then I think like 2 weeks later, regular show had an episode. It might have been before Party
Pete.
Yeah, Party Pete.
But we had Party Pat before that.
Yeah,
Before that, it was Punzi McHale on Flapjack.
that's right.
That's where it all started.
Do you hear what I'm saying?
So are you saying all those universes are related then?
Please don't say
When's
that.
the crossover gonna happen?
We get Punzi McHale, Party Pat, Party Pete, and
Paper Pete.
on the same.
Rebecca, do you have any P names on your show?
Wait till you see him.
No.
Okay.
Not yet. No.
Pearl. Party Pearl.
They were just here.
Some real cool library backgrounds.
I used to work at.
Santino.
Yes.
I believe.
I worked at the New York Public Library in New York, where they filmed Ghostbusters. I was on one of those floors, and it's 2 city blocks long, and you're the only one down there.
Yeah,
And
but
you just have to sit by a pneumatic tube and wait for these.
like me. He can help you
These like
balance.
things would come, and you'd open it up, and it would tell you what book to get, and you'd go find it, and put it in a little elevator and send it up.
How'd you get that job?
I was going to acting school, and there was a flyer in the lobby, and it said the New York Public Library is looking for. I think
Idiots to sit at the bottom of the library.
paid $4 an hour.
Open
Well, I was just
Holy
about to
cow.
ask. $4.
$4 an hour, but it was part time. It was only 4 hours a day. So
Was that minimum wage at the time?
I guess so. Yeah.
Back when, or like 25 years ago when you college.
That sounds awesome, man. Sounds a little scary too.
You get used to being alone, and you talk to yourself and sing and fart, and but then once in a while, someone from upstairs would come down to find a book for themselves, like someone who worked there, and you'd embarrass yourself.
Yeah.
People who storyboard cartoons get used to being alone.
By when?
I was just trying to make a joke.
Can't you? I can feel you pinching. Just look up for a second.
There's a lot of funny little Jake stuff in this episode.
Yeah.
Pagelings?
These episodes are kind of hard to pull off because they're always based on one character outright refusing the other one's assertion.
It can be a little frustrating to watch.
What's another one that's like this?
Oh, like Jake versus Me Meow. It's sort of the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You had that right at the tip of your tongue.
You gotta. Don't look this way.
Why don't they all just listen to each other?
What were these little guys called? These little moldies? Moldos?
Moldos, yeah.
Steve Little was the voice of
That's right.
the King Moldo.
It's not the Muldari.
In the outline, it was the Moldari, but
Weird, and I remember that.
You read everything. you
I guess it was like 4 years ago.
you dug into every file
I
on
find
the server.
the process very interesting.
Those little squishy guys are the Moldos?
This was
I like these little origami creatures.
Yeah, that was Pat's. Pat put that together, I think. He really.
Did he actually try to build these?
I don't think he built them, but he really wanted them to look just like this.
I've got a plan, Pete.
Tell
all in
me
the
your
deets.
plan, Giant.
Just
Remember,
trust
a
me.
paper Pete
Trust me.
was really easy to draw. I was like, this is great. This is triangle. Little triangles. Man. And I remember trying to board this, and it took me
Nah, it wasn't very hard.
so long, and then you just did it in 3 drawings. You're like, oh, it should look like this.
Whip, whip, wah!
True story.
The Patriots have a battle piece! Attack!
Whoa,
It's so goofy.
boss. I've come here to help the Moldos defeat the Pagelings.
Traitor! Hiya! Yeah!
Calm down. This is part of my plan.
Oh! Ha ha!
When I worked in that library, there was a woman who would
How are we to trust
she would
you?
yell out every quarter hour what time it was, because people
It's their leader.
had to take breaks at certain times, and there was an atrium where she could just yell, and she'd go, 10 o'clock! 10 o'clock!
It's almost like some caustics going on back there.
Traitor!
So, do you guys have a...
I'm still afraid that the Philadelphia Public Library is going to come after me for the books I never returned.
What'd you do with them? Just keep them?
I think I still have one of them, and one of them I lost. And I read an article a long time ago that they were coming after people.
Nice to meet you,
People
Your
had
Highness.
huge
I'm not a king. I was
fines.
elected.
Maybe I'll go to jail someday. I don't know.
Maybe you should make
You hear that? Ladies,
Maybe I'll go to jail someday. I don't
future
know.
criminal.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Pete, just stop winking.
I'm hoping that since I live in another state, no, they won't come after me.
Ignore this!
So that part where he's running along the top of the bookshelves, I put that in because Penn would keep talking about that in his campaigns, about how he would try to use
yeah.
the terrain and run on top of shelves.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
train. Sorry.
Plus, yeah, there's not a ton of action at the end of this, so it was just to throw in some visual.
I do try to always get up on top of the shelf because you're walking through dungeons and you're like, "What's in this room?" Well, there's some shelves against the stone walls.
What you nibbling me
I get
for?
frustrated in video games when you can't climb up the walls. What the heck? You're like, well, I could really easily get out of this
Taste your
situation if I
battle
could climb this really small wall. You know what I'm saying? Bothers me. That's why I don't play video games.
Not lateral enough.
Hey, Mildwin. Mildwin!
What?
We're literally
Bring a peace offering from the
Why can't I cartwheel in a video game?
So it'd just be so easy if I could just cartwheel out of here.
I can jump, but I can't cartwheel. Ridiculous.
Hang on, buddy. Paper Pete?
Giant! Have you wiped out the
Why can't I move this chair?
The war's over. Mildwin, you can keep my shirt if you don't attack their library books.
Agreed.
I remember all these lines.
Guard will feed my people for generations.
And in 40 years,
So
you can have
cute.
my
I
shorts.
want toys of Paper
Sound good?
Pete.
It will suffice.
I wonder if anyone's done that.
Sound good, Jake?
It's like Akko Cassowera drew that part.
What
Adam did it.
the heck's,
In
man?
the,
What
in
you
it's the
doing?
In the
same
spirit of Akko, I said, Akko, give me your strength to draw the gross inner eyelid.
Outta here.
Did you finish your Rainicorn book?
And this was unintentional presaging, where he's talking about his half rainicorn babies that he's going to have someday, and how he should have learned about them a little more
Oh,
ahead of time.
what about
yeah.
relating to
If he'd actually read that book, he would have known how fast they aged.
Oh, well,
Nice.
hey man, I think I see some
Well, I did say unintentional presage.
sun people in trouble on the sun over there.
Good, worked out
Making
nice.
that up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
let's do it.
Fun episode.
Holla.
Hello. And we're burning through them. We got like 3 left.
Yeah, I'm still recording too.
I thought that one was over.
Hoping there might be a little more gold at the end.
That's good. Leave that in.
Unvarnished truth.
Tom wants to go home.
I'm just psyched at how good we're doing.
Completion is good.